Hi, my name is Corey. I'm one of the owners of Fundwise Capital, and I'd like to present you some information that maybe you didn't know about before, which is knowing how to get working capital and unsecured credit lines for your company to start or grow your business. Getting money for your business could mean accelerating the growth quickly. And so I just want to go through this quick presentation for you so that you can have an idea to know and to see if you can qualify to accelerate the growth of your business through this new, unique, and powerful funding strategy. So just this quick story first on how we got started. We used thousands to generate millions. And what I mean by that is a few years ago, I've always been in marketing and generating leads, and that was my background. But I was able to come across a few other entrepreneurs that had an expertise in financing, and we learned about a new, unique, powerful financing strategy that was helping startups to really get off the ground and grow with 0% interest. And we started a business, a finance business. We knew this was a very powerful strategy and very much in demand, but no one really knew about it. But in order for us as a finance company to get off the ground, we actually needed financing for ourselves. Us as owners, we were 100% into doing this business. We'd left everything else behind, and we were determined to make this work. We needed to pay our own personal bills and pay for marketing to get up and going and get the word out about this new financing program. So I went through our own funding program myself. I was able to get $64,000 in unsecured credit lines at 0% interest for a year. And because of that, we were able to put that money into advertising, marketing, and we had a small team to guide our clients through the process. We were able to start growing our business with the marketing that we were able to do and getting clients through the door. So a year later, we had moved to a larger office with a great team of around 25 employees. So far, just in the last couple of years, we've been going for 5 years now, but this says we've done about $200 million securing working capital for our clients, and that's just been in the last couple of years. Now, just one of the many stories that we have that we've come across with our clients. Tara is a great example of what a business owner can do and the potential of what a startup can do. And Tara was looking for a beauty salon, and the only way that she could get any kind of financing was to do the creative financing route, which is what Fundwise Capital provides. Tara was able to get $70,000 in 0% interest financing to start her beauty salon. She was able to secure a location in downtown Denver, and she was able to get her business up and running, pay off any of the debt that she had before any interest occurred at that about that year mark after. So she's a great example of getting startup funding. Soraya, she's in the e-commerce niche. She has a weighted blanket business, and Soraya, when she was trying to get that weighted blanket business up and started, Soraya was told it would take months for a chance to get an SBA loan, and was turned down by banks and even family to borrow money. So she really had nowhere to go. She did find Fundwise and was able to get the financing she needed to purchase inventory, and she was able to do that just in time before Black Friday around Thanksgiving, and sold out of all of her blankets, which wouldn't have happened if she didn't have the money to buy that inventory. Kevin, another example, started a new restaurant, and he received over $120,000. Between him and his wife, they were able to get the financing they needed to start up a franchise, Teriyaki Madness, to purchase a franchise. After going to nearly every bank and credit union in his city and in the valley, and they're local here, so they were going to all the banks and credit unions here in the valley. They were able to get financing to start his restaurant. They were turned down by the banks and credit unions. Restaurants are often high risk, and it's hard for them to get financing. But between Kevin and his wife through Fundwise, they were able to get $120,000 and get their franchise Teriyaki Madness up and running. So who are we? Fundwise Capital helps startups, entrepreneurs, and small business owners get the best funding options they can possibly qualify for through creative financing options. We have an A+ with the Better Business Bureau and a few hundred 5-star online reviews from Google and Trustpilot. Our goal is to get you the best funding options available so you can start or grow your business. So what are the funding options that we offer? Fundwise is a marketplace. So we have just about any kind of unsecured financing for businesses available. All of those options, unsecured for the purpose of business, is what we have. So unsecured credit lines, these are unsecured credit lines and credit cards at 0% interest for 9 to 15 months, and it actually can be up to 18 months. These are personal and business credit cards at 0% interest. We know how to get you a lot more than you can find on your own with our data and our algorithm, our lender matching platform. We're able to get you a lot more than what you could do on your own. Unsecured term loans from 7% interest, 3-year up to 7-year terms. Business term loans based on the revenue of the business, and also business lines of credit. And if needed, if a business owner does have a low credit score, then there's merchant cash advance available as well, but only if it makes sense. Our goal is to get you the best funding options that you can possibly qualify for. Hard money and private money for fix and flips and real estate investors, and equipment financing. So who is this funding for? Startups. Startups have a difficult time finding the money that they need to really launch their business. Small business owners, of course, real estate investors, house flippers. So fix and flippers, this is we have great funding options for them. Those in e-commerce, if you're buying a franchise or business opportunity, those who want business coaching, consulting, or mentoring, so basically financing your education to get into like a mastermind program, or to get an education on knowing how to sell money online or how to generate income and revenue through certain strategies and courses. People wanting to buy high-ticket online courses, restaurant owners, anyone needing marketing for their business. That's what we used our funding for. Marketing to generate leads and get the customers coming. Any other business or entrepreneur related activities, and this is for startups and small business owners, basically anyone with 0 revenue up to right around $1 million in business revenue per year. That is our area of expertise. If a business is doing above $1 million a year, we could possibly still help, but it starts to go a little bit above into the next level of larger loans and types of loans that take a little bit longer. So what are the requirements to getting financing? There are 2 options. So with the startup funding, a 650 or higher credit score, or if you have a co-signer, we call it a credit partner, who's maybe a business partner or even a spouse with the 650 or higher credit score. Having a business is not required. It's recommended because it'll help you get more money, but you don't have to have a business to go through the funding process. If you do have a business and your credit is above a 600, then the requirement there would be at least $10,000 a month in sales through a business bank account, so business revenue on average for the last 6 months. So how does it work? So what you'll see is something similar to this, and I'll actually guide you through the process. We'll go through the form just to show you how easy it is. It takes less than a minute to answer a few questions. There's no effect to your credit to apply. It's a soft pull. We do get a credit report from Experian, but all you have to provide us is a birth date and a home address. So let's go do that right now. I'll show you right here. So you will go to a page that looks something like this. You go to a page that looks something like this. You'll click on the button there to apply, and this is the type of form that you'll see. How much money do you need? You'll put in something like $50,000 or whatever you're needing. Click continue. What is your credit score estimate? Let's say 680 to 720. Have you had a bankruptcy in the last 5 years? We'll say no. When did you start your business? So if you haven't started a business yet, you can click this link, or if you have, then you'll just go ahead and pick on the day, the month, and the year that you started your business. If you have any monthly business revenue, then you can choose that here. And then right here, we're just doing a test right in here. So put in a phone number really quick there. Go forward. And this is where we'll get the info that we can get your credit report from Experian. So all you have to do is put in your birth date. I'm just putting in a random date here. And then your home address. That's not my home address, just a sample there. And then great, you're almost done. Now we're going to do a quick soft inquiry to verify your credit. So soft inquiry doesn't do anything to your credit report whatsoever. We do that to preserve your credit score so that you can get the most in funding that you could possibly get. So please don't go around and add inquiries to your credit and trying to get different loans. It's really going to hurt your potential in going through the funding process. So you'd want to come through Fundwise and just see how much you can possibly get, what's the potential, and we have a network of a couple hundred lenders, so we can find you the best options that you can possibly qualify for. Great, you're almost done. You click I agree. Thank you, we'll be in touch. Then someone from our team from Fundwise will call you as quickly as possible. If you apply during business hours, then we'll call you fairly quickly, usually within an hour, sometimes even within 5 minutes. So just answer your phone. If it's from a Utah area code, it's probably us right after you applied. We'll be reaching out to you just to get a little bit more info on what type of funding you need, what you need the money for, and then our team does the best that we can to get you as much as you can possibly qualify for. So that's the process right there. So how long does it take? It can be anywhere from 7 days to 3 or 4 weeks, just depending on what options you qualify for and what your situation is financially. Our team walks you through every step of the way. You get a dedicated funding manager to help you get the most out of your funding experience. And it just takes a couple minutes to get started. As you saw, it takes less than a minute actually. So there's a link below this video. So click on the link below to see how much you can get. It takes less than 60 seconds to apply. Use the funding for anything, even if you need to pay for personal bills while you get your business up and running, whatever you need it for. In slow times, in crazy economic times that we've been experiencing lately, you can use this money to get you through that, just to have some money there, some peace of mind, a rainy day fund, or whatever you need. The best time to get it is before you really need it. So we're looking forward to hearing your success story. We want to share a few more examples from various businesses that received funding through Fundwise, just really quickly. Mike was doing really well already, and then his business exploded. So this is an example. So Mike was a customer who was doing a few $100,000 a month in his business, and he came and he got business funding through our business loan program based on the revenue of his business. He was able to get the first time, and he came through us twice, $150,000, and was able to purchase a big shipment of Rolex watches that were damaged. His team would fix them up, and then they'd wholesale them out. And so he was able to double his business just in borrowing money one time from doing that. He came back and borrowed around $200,000 and doubled his business again. And so he's doing around $2 million a month through his business. Most businesses don't experience that kind of rapid growth, but just to show you that funding does accelerate the growth of your business. He's another guy, is in the e-commerce industry. He's got like an online program. He went through our funding. He received $125,000, and now he's also referred many clients because of his experience in getting funding. Some words from our clients. Adam says, I have had nothing short of an amazing experience. I have had nothing short of an amazing experience with Fundwise. I was assigned to a gentleman named Kirk. He was incredibly helpful during the entire process. It can be a process of a lot of back and forth, or at least in my specific case it was. Kirk was patient with me, and I was new to the entire lending process. I now have the funds that I needed, and I'm 4 weeks into my own business. Thanks, Kirk and Fundwise, for allowing me to fulfill my dream. So every client's in a different situation, and we try to do, our goal is to get you the most that you can qualify for, no matter what your situation is. Better than imagined. Response was fast. Mitch called to get the process started. Within days, Isaac had the process going and was able to get funding 2 days later. They were able to get us more funding than we were even looking for. As a startup, they worked with our history and finances to get us the best options possible. Let's talk about my results first. After my discovery, they created a plan that could possibly get me $3,000 to $8,000. Let's just say they under-promised and over-delivered, which is our goal. Within 1 day, I got approved for $26,000, and my credit score only took a small dip to the plan they laid out for me. So as you actually go through the funding process, you'll have inquiries added to your account, but we only get you through the funding process when we know that we're going to get you money, and inquiries are only 10% of your credit profile. Available credit is 30% of your credit profile. And so what usually happens is when you go through the funding process, you have more credit available and your credit score actually goes higher than it was before you went through the funding process, as long as you don't max out all of your credit lines all the way. You can go ahead and do that if you need it, and then pay that back down, and your credit score will go higher. Jackson, the entire team, made me feel like I was a priority to them. One simple application online, and I was soon speaking with Jackson. Within hours, I had already received the funding I was seeking, and it was already deposited into my account the next morning. So for some, it goes really fast. For others, we work with them and help them to get qualified so they can get through the funding process. Jackson, Chase, and the team, Fundwise, delivered what they said they would with funding options, timeliness, process, confidentiality, as well as the good, the bad, the ugly, and what to expect. How I found Fundwise: this was a referral from one of our partners, which made the deal even more legit, as they are trusted sources. So we have obtaining much more credit than I anticipated. We've got a lot of reviews here, but go ahead and click on the link below. Our team will answer any questions you may have. Our goal is to get you the best funding you can possibly qualify for. There's no risk to what your funding potential is.